Happy Monday, everybody. I went to church with my dad in Pittsburgh. It's a long way to drive to go to church. But driving back, I was thinking, we've got this quest to do every song in the future history of mankind, and we're well on our way with Pearl Jam, but if we're going to get Chris Cornell's down, then we got to get moving on that. So I came home, I was super inspired. I looked up this song. I thought, man, this is going to be hard, but it all just kind of just flowed through me. It was amazing. So for Must Obey the Rules, Flutter Girl, Chris Cornell. All right, this song is interesting for so many reasons, and this is in no way, shape, or form a softball. So here we go. Starts with an E. And then the neat thing that happens is E, D, G sharp, which you can't, do here, but just so you understand, open E, B3, E4. If you want to do it down here, you can pluck your D string, like it is when you play an E on the 2nd fret, and then open, and then your G string, like it is when you play an E, so you'll be all... And then you can, for extra style points, take both your middle finger and your ring finger off and go... I think it might be just the ring finger, but it's kind of cool when you're strumming away to do both, so... It's okay. And then when the singing starts, you go A minor E, A minor E, and then this is awesome. A minor E. It starts to go up, right? So we're gonna play. It's from All Those Yesterdays. The 2nd chord, it's a C, but the G is a G sharp, so it's a C augmented, a C with a sharp 5. There it is. So A minor E, C augmented, this is quick, C sharp minor. Now we want C sharp minor with a B in the bass. I don't know about you, but I cannot reach my pointer finger down there to the 2nd fret of the A string comfortably, so I'm gonna abandon the B string action of the C sharp minor, and with my pointer finger get D and G4, and with my middle finger E7. Doesn't sound like much by itself, but right after C sharp minor, it sounds like what it is some of, which is C sharp minor with a B in the bass. Right? So far we have E, C augmented, C sharp minor with a B in the bass, and now we want C7, and then A with a G sharp in the bass. That's the E string 4th fret. And then I completely forget. Oh yeah, C, A, back into the... So here's one whole time through. A minor, E, A minor, E, A minor, E, weird C, C sharp minor with a B in the bass, C7, sharp in the bass, C, A, 2nd time. I'm not going to talk this time. The 2nd time is just A into the chorus. That was a little bit messy, but I hope you get the idea. Okay, chorus coming. All right, for the chorus, remember that C sharp minor with a B in the bass move. By the way, I said 4, I meant 6. We had pointer on D and G 6 and middle finger on E7 for our sort of C sharp minor with a B in the bass. Yeah, so for the chorus, we're going to do E minor up here, because then we want E minor with a D in the bass, just like we wanted C sharp minor with a B in the bass, which we can't do, but the one live performance of this song, the poor guitar player did play E minor with a B in the bass like that, but we can do it the same sort of cheaty way that we did with C sharp minor with a B in the bass. Well, I hope I was saying E minor with a D in the bass. Anyways, that's what I meant. Okay, E minor. Same move, so 7-7 on D, G, and 10 on E for our D in the bass. And then we want C, which is most conveniently played as your root 6 bar chord on the E string 8th fret. But now we don't, surprisingly, want C with a B flat in the bass to get the B flat, which is the bass note that comes out next. The chord that gets this done is super, super interesting, and it is middle finger on E6, pointer finger on D5, ring finger on G7, and pinky finger on B8. So I'll explain that after I show it here. So E minor with a D in the bass, C, this mystery chord, which is, so think about, take your middle finger off, what do we have? We have this much of a D shape. If you moved it down and got rid of your pointer finger, you would recognize it as this much of a D shape, which is not declared whether or not it is major or minor, because that happens on the baby E string, right? D minor, D major. First fret, second fret. So if you think about D minor, that's an F, right? F is also located on the fat E string first fret, of course, because they're both E strings. So when we're playing this D shape here, which is this, when we put the bass note in the same fret of the baby E string, we are now playing a D minor shape, but much like the Better Man chord, the bass note is the note that declares whether it's major or minor. So this D shape, whose root is on the B string, is a B, B flat A flat G. It's a G minor with a B flat in the bass. Okay, now I'm lost. E minor. E minor with a D. E minor 7 with a D in the bass. C. G minor with a B flat in the bass. Regular old G sharp, 4th fret bar chord, right? Major, so middle fingers on G5. And then regular old G, 1 fret lower. One more time. E minor. Yes. G sharp, G. And then the first time it goes E flat 7. So this is your root 5 bar chord shape. 6, 8, 6, 8, followed by A7, which is your bar chord shape without your pinky, right? And then we're into back to the chorus again. So, 'cause I get and do it again. Sharp, G, but this time it's the scoop. We're gonna go E flat, F, G. Thank you, Mario, but your princess is in another castle. And then you hang on that G. I just, this is the visual, how it goes up, but you could go E flat. Unfortunately, the lowest place you can play E flat in standard tuning, so E flat, F, G, and then the E flat 7, A flat, or A7 into our the next verse. And is that all the longer the second verse is before it goes into the chorus? Well, I don't remember at this moment, but if it's 2, do it the same as the first verse. If it's 1, do it like the second half of the first verse with just the A. Okay, next part. The rhythm section for the solo is equally crazy and also different from anything we've done thus far. So do your E minor the way we've been doing it. You could do it down here, but I'm going to argue that up here is more convenient because of what we have to do next, which is give yourself a little pause there by going and giving yourself time to get down. We're going to play C sharp diminished 7, which is A4 with your middle finger, D5 with your ring finger, G3 with your pointer finger, and B5 with your pinky finger. Chris Cornell has used diminished 7 chords in Preaching the End of the World, is what comes to mind at this moment, and I'm sure we'll find more as we continue along this path. But this C sharp, diminished 7, quickly changes into a regular C7, which is the same shape as our E flat 7, but on the 3rd and 5th frets. So 3, 5, 3, 5, starting on the A string. And it goes to this count. So give yourself a pause, because it's really hard to... That was too long of a pause. Here we go. Yep. Until the very last time, when it goes E flat 7, A flat 7, which is the same shape as our A7, which was our, root 6 major bar chord minus the pinky, but 1 fret lower. So here's the rhythm section for the solo. And lastly, we have the little bridge, which the notes for which are, so many witches, okay, A6, that's our E flat, right? So 6, 8, 8, and now down to 5 on the G string, 6, 8. Now, that's the 6th note of the E flat major scale. That is not the 7th note, that is the flat 7th note, so that suggests that the chord that goes beneath it, which nobody's playing, but if you wanted to campfire, would be E flat 7. No surprise, it's been all over the place here, right? So it would be E flat 7, then it does almost the same thing on D, 1 fret lower, but the first note of the little walk is the D string, 8th fret, G5, G7, so that's a sharp 5th, so no decision, but that's the dominant 7th, so you could play D7 as well. Followed by, similarly, almost the same thing on G sharp, which is the 4th fret of the E string, and now down to 3 on the D string, 4, 6, again with that dominant 7th, so I'd play a G sharp 7, and then to G, and it's same like the D one with the sharp 5th, so 3, 5, 5, 6 on A, 3 on D, 5 on D. So if you wanted to play the notes, it'd be all sharp 5th. Same as the first one, the E flat one, but starting on E4. Same as the second one, but starting on E3. But the chords for which would be all 7 chords. And then just the E flat, and then the D, and then the A, which is the main riff, but in A instead of E now. It's so freaking cool. So you can do it here, but it's kind of hard, especially on an acoustic. Or you can do it here, which is equally hard because I have trouble not lifting up my ring finger. But it'd be your middle finger that you lift up. So bridge. G. Back to E flat. And D. And then A. See, I did it. Middle finger. Into the chorus. Gotta do. Here we go. On the G and awesome. Flutter Girl, Chris Cornell. I was very excited to share that with you. So I hope that came through. Yeah, thank you for the excellent request. Must obey the rules, and everybody else. Thank you so much for watching that one. That one was really fun. I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.